Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our D&D In the Eye of the Storm. I'm the Ravnos Archon. My name is Will. And last we left off with our group, we opened up with Eteocles to see what he was up to, and we saw him in his room at the Tide Swallow Inn, where he revealed to the Count his whole history, basically. Uh, the whole history of him and the group, how long they've been together, and at the end of the night, the Count left Gavin with him to kind of, if he needs anything, or it needs to be addressed. He established that he had heard traditional myths about vampires, going to sleep during the day, stakes through the heart, garlic being asked to be invited inside. And he asked Gavin about the Count and the city of Momont, and we learned a little bit about it. Eteocles broke down the right side adjoining room to try to find the Count during the day, and he ended up ruining some dwarves' lives. And then he went over to the left door, because that's what you do when you're Eteocles, and he kicked that open and ended up ruining an elven couple's day. And we learned that the Count never sleeps in the same place twice, as an old custom to prevent murder and assassination attempts. We had guards approach them, and we learned that Hughes would give anyone a badge, according to one of the other guards. We switched over to Aelin from the night before, and where she ended up getting out and sneaking out of the inn to go hang out and find a lead on the Pockets Guild. She found that their members hang out at the Salt Kiss Lovers Tavern. She got there and she got to see some of the chaos from the night before when Eteocles went bananas. Met the bartender named Grizz, who is a large half-orc. He keeps order in the bar. But she overheard a situation of a story being told from the night before. Learned that one of the guys who was killed was named Rodrigo. And his friend Emilio was talking about how there was a wild bugbear that just came in and just started killing everybody. Saw that he used Thieves' Cant to get the bartender's attention. Aelin followed suit and learned about how there is a kind of game parlor that exists beneath the inn itself. And she paid her way down and got into the cellar casino, which had about 6 tables. And of course, being Aelin, she went over and sat where the prettiest elf woman was. We switched over to check in on Toggoth, who was looking around, checking in on the cloves that he had planted outside, the clovers. And inside the bar, he actually saw the Count and Gavin eating right before they met up with Eteocles. He asked Bandon how long they'd been there, and he learned that they had talked to the bugbear, and then he had a little bit of a chat with them. And we jump back over to Aelin and the Dragon's Dice game that he was playing at the table. We saw that there was a big bully at the table who ran out. The elf woman, we learned her name is Aristaji. And we also learned that her aide, the tiefling man by her side, is named Erascales. They were led over to a side room where the Pocket Guild officers were gathered. She saw that each seat had a different carved head of an animal into it. There were 6 on either side, plus the one at the head of the table. And after about an hour, 8 officers in total showed up. They started the meeting, learning that the elf is the second of her name and the third crowned princess of the guild. They didn't sense any lies about Lady Yasika coming from Aelin, and she realized that they have a way to sense that, apparently, in the room. But saw there was only a single other female sitting at the table. All the other officers were male. And she got to see how testy everyone can be, especially how deadly the tiefling aide actually is. But she had a dwarf follow her back to her room at the Mutineers' Lounge to check on the shoe and the dress to see if they knew where it was from. And then she was told that Erascales would be checking in the morning. Before they left, though, there was a vote whether or not to include Aelin in the guild, and there were 3 votes for yay, 3 votes for nay, with 2 of the members abstaining. Um, she also got to see the journal pages burn when the meeting was ended, and the dwarf named Galen had a carriage brought around, and after inspecting the shoe and the dress, mentioned that he knew who fabricated the items, and then she learned that the only person entrusted with these items would be in the Old Town. He mentioned having known Creighton Stonetoes from his time in Ashengard City, that he was a refugee, and that the Eildar family were responsible for his family being returned to the Drow City. We jump back over to Toggoth, found out that he and the Count and Gavin and Eteocles, he found out that the Count, Gavin, and Eteocles had left moments before. Mandan told him that he didn't overhear any of their conversation, and then the little goblin tried to run out and find a trace of his friends. Aelin was told that the dwarf was not their handler, and so he didn't have to help beyond anything that he's already shared. Everyone awoke in the morning to Eteocles yelling and Helen barking. He shared what happened the night before with him and why Gavin was with him. He explained that he had told the Count everything he knew about the group, and that's when everybody learned that Dolo didn't end up sleeping in his room that night. We established that there was a dungeon of 3 eyes that they survived before, as well as some incident with some farmers and an incident with some bandits. Aelin left a note for Dolo that read, "Hope you didn't go for a swim. We'll be back. Something, something about vampires. Something about treasures. See you later." End quote. Gavin, while Aelin and Toggoth went downstairs to eat breakfast, Gavin opened the window, urging them to leave so they could stay on task for the Count, and Helen immediately jumped out the window, and in what can only be described as the most shocking moment so far, Eteocles broke the young valet's neck and then jumped after Helen. We left off with Aelin and Toggoth sitting down to eat breakfast while Eteocles and Helen leapt out the window, leaving a dead body of the boy in Toggoth's room. And as much as I would love to hop in at that discovery, I think we have to go to the night before. As Aelin was sneaking out to do whatever Aelin was trying to do, we find that she was not the only one who had stealth on their minds. Sitting at his desk and going through his, what's it called? What's that shit called? What's that kit that you have? Your disguise kit.
Yeah.
Going through your disguise kit, getting the clothes for.
It's that shit that you have.
It's that shit that you have. Going through your disguise kit, putting on getting the wig in order, getting the clothes in order, changing your appearance. There's a slight breeze from your half-opened window that comes in and gives you a little bit of a shoulder shake from the bit of cold that's strange for this time of year. You're about to hit the summer equinox, and as you turn to look in that direction, sitting on the edge of your bed, you see a familiar face. He is dressed in greens and browns, elegant as always. The clothes are form-fitting. They accentuate every curvature of his body, the musculature, the endowment. He has almost what would be considered a mullet. There's a little bit of a spiky top to it, but there are these tendrils that come down in front of his sharpened elven ears, and then there's just this kind of long cascade of hair that comes to about just below the shoulder blade on his back. He just has this sharp face, One eye is green, one eye is very clearly blue. There's a little bit of what can't be stubble because he's an elf and they don't grow facial hair. But there's something of like a 3 o'clock shadow on his face. And he smiles as you see him playing with these three clear orbs that are like the Chinese medicine balls.
Hmm.
And he's just kind of spinning them. And there's a little hum that comes from them. But he looks over at you. Oh, are we off to do something dangerous?
I mean, the, the the group that I'm in is pretty dangerous as it is, but I'm not sure why you're deciding to come here now in the room.
Oh,
Um,
please. You are. This is levels of mischief that I haven't seen in some time. Who is this? Who is this? Luro?
yes, it's going to be Luro. Yes, that's correct.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I'm just trying to get my story straight. Of course, of course. So, where are we going? Who are we chasing? And what many ladies are we going to bed?
it's not one of those evenings, though. Fairly certain there's going to be at least somebody who's going to bed at least one or two women tonight if I know them well enough. Um, but uh, I'm just wanting to make sure people don't get into more trouble here.
Hmm.
So I'm not trying to get myself into trouble per se,
Oh,
but I concern myself with the actions of some of my party, just to you know make sure that my head remains on its body.
yo, I see, and you see him stand up, and he comes over to you. I see the appearance of Luro taking shape, but I still hear Dolo in my ears. Give me Luro. Give me all of Luro.
I kind of just go into I just kind of like look and I just kind of focus just a little bit and I'm
Mm.
just like is this better?
Oh, give me more. Give me more.
I'm I'm it's me, Luro. I'm fairly non-concerning and people can I'm not recognize that I'm even in the room. Um
It's like I'm looking at a different person.
well, you know, we tend to try to be different when we're wearing this outfit.
Hmm.
That's kind of my thing.
All right. Very well. Where are we going then? And he opens the window.
Well, I'm not exactly the person making that decision. Um, depends on where she goes.
And you see him roll his eyes. He just gives out a heavy sigh. You're being this concerned brother again.
I mean, that's what family does for family. We we concern ourselves.
You see that he looks over in your direction, and in the reflection of the glass of the window as he is stepping towards you, you can see that his visage changes to his true form. You can see the earthen and rocky back, the furry kind of shoulders, the horned, antlered kind of crown on his head. Uh, he just comes over. He's just, you know that I despise when you let your heart get in front of your brain.
I understand that. You probably I'm assuming you'd be probably impressed with what I've done so far. I've I'm hot on the trail of this murder, so I'm using my brain a lot.
goes back to the window, and you get a visage, you get a glimpse of that visage you remember from when you were a child, and uh, he just kind of runs his hands through his hair, and just as he does, the image comes back to just his reflection. He snaps his fingers, and leaves start to rustle around outside and create a slide out of your window.
Like, oh, before I forget. And I go and I reach in and I grab the bag with the ashes of the people that I killed. I'm like, here you go.
Oh,
I know you do enjoy playing with these.
yes. Your spoils of chaos.
That's what you like.
You did warn them.
Multiple times, but hell hath no fury.
Mm. And
Or Faye, I guess.
yeah, you see one of his nails lengthen to like maybe an inch or two, and he just scratches at the thin air, and there's a little sliver of air that shimmers a bit. And looking at it from the right angle, as you start to kind of like walk towards him, you can see that on the other side there is just greenery. It is lush, it is wild, it is unkempt, and there's just this kind of brilliance of color, this myriad of everything that is not dull, kind of screaming to get out of from this little hole that he's punctured, little sliver, and he just puts the bag halfway in, and you can just see the three fingered hand of something grab it from the other side and pull it in. And then he brings together his hands in a clap where the sliver is, and it vanishes.
I'll never get used to that.
No one gets used to the Feywild if you're not from there. I'll take you back again.
I look forward to it. Just not now. And
After
I
you.
kind of I go and I kind of like size up the slide.
Yep.
I'm just like, well, I've trusted you with more than this. And I get on and I just slide down.
Yeah. It is. It is as solid as you can imagine a slide of leaves being. There are some moments that he just kind of like drops you a couple inches, but you end up down on the first floor rather quietly, and he slides after you. And he's like, "All right, very well. So we're clearly hunting your half sister," and he extends his hand, snaps his fingers, and you see out on the street just little footprints of where Aelin went.
You do have a way with your powers. It certainly is enticing. And I just start moving.
Yeah. The sooner we finish this, the sooner we get to chaos.
Most likely, yes.
All right. And you follow them to the Salt Kiss Lovers Tavern. You see Aelin sitting on a couch next to some human who is just regaling her about something, dealing with some guy named Rodrigo, how he was murdered the night before, how there was a bugbear that went wild in the bar. You see her do some kind of hand gesture at the bartender. The bartender nods knowingly. And then you see her come over and start talking to the bartender. You lose sight of Chalk in the bar. And after a moment, give me a perception check, actually.
Okay, let's see, because this system hates me. So we'll see how this goes. Perception?
Perception.
Oh, it was going to it rolled off a 16.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
Oh,
Not terrible
I'm
though.
telling you.
But you you see that there's some kind of interaction between her and the bartender. She puts down some money, and then she gets what looks to be a stack of chips. And then she goes and looks like it's she's heading off to the rear part of the tavern. Um, as you follow, you notice that there's a hallway that leads to the backyard where there's more tables outside. Um, there's a little fire pit that's going right now, but otherwise there's just a wall that has some different things on it, some cooking lard, some spices, things like that. That you can see the kitchen on the opposite side of. Has a little doorway to come back and forth. You don't see where Aelin went. She's not outside.
Hmm. Chuck, can you do the foot thing again?
And you see out of the shadows, he emerges, um, almost like from invisibility.
I'm like, I just like jump back. I'm like, we've talked about this, Chuck.
He's like, I thought you were going to use more of your brain.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. I look around and
Not like there's a false wall or anything that leads to some underground gambling den.
see, I don't gamble. You know this, Chuck. How would I possibly know they have a hidden gambling den? I didn't know that.
And he moves the thing, the wall slides open, and you see a stairway leading down. At the bottom, you see a bugbear who kind of looks at the two of you. Members only. And Chalk just kind of looks at him. Oh, my dear boy, we are members. Let us through. And you see him kind of like, his eyes glaze over. He's like, oh, welcome back. Pick a table. You see,
Thank you.
same thing. 6 half crescent shaped tables. Different table. Aelin is at the far table. There's a pretty young woman. 2 seats from her, there is a loud boisterous tiefling at the table, and Dealer just kind of feels like life could be easier if he wasn't here today.
Well, it doesn't look like she's getting into too much trouble here. I mean, despite the hidden gambling casino, but
You see, that
she hasn't
Chalk
killed a.
has,
Oh.
yeah, Chalk has already sat down at a table. He's talked to one of the other guys at the table. He's just, oh, I would love to play with you if I could have some of your chips. And he's just, "Here's my chips." And he just motions for you. He's like, Luro, please have a seat. We have some chips to play.
Oh, wonderful. And I try to sit at the table so that I can see Aelin
Yeah.
from the
There's
table.
there's just a lot of flirting going on. It
So
is
nothing out of the ordinary is going on.
nothing
Got
out
it.
of the
Okay.
ordinary. There's a moment where the tiefling gets up, and he just calls out, "Hey, I'm gonna look for some real action at a real table," um, and it's just down to Aelin and the elf. The other two make their way out one at a time. And after a moment, you see a different tiefling show up. There's an interaction between him and the elf, and then all 3 of them start to walk out of the casino.
Hmm. Um. Shock. Should I should probably follow them? Are you gonna stay here and gamble?
And he just puts all of his chips in. He's like, "Let it ride."
No, okay. I push all my chips in too.
Yeah,
I haven't even played yet, and I'm just like, yeah, okay.
yeah, yeah. You've like thrown in every hand that you've been dealt. You're just
It's
like,
not my
no, no,
money.
no,
I don't
I
care.
don't want to play
I'm here
this.
for something else.
Yeah, yeah. And you get up. You put everything in. It gets down to the river, and you see that Chalk just reveals a 2-5, and one of the other guys has like 2 face cards. One of the other guys has like a face card and a 10, and on the board is just 2-5, 2-5, and then an ace. And Chalk just kind of reaches over, grabs all of the chips. Like, here you go, Luro. You can have this.
Thank you. This will help. And I grab it. And let me ask you something. Well, when we walked in, though, do I have to roll Arcana, or do I recognize that he charmed this guy? Okay.
You recognize it.
So I grab the chips, and I'm like, where would I cash these out?
Oh, the dealer points to the one table that's empty now because Aelin and the elf left. He's like, Maximilian over there can trade those in since he has nobody.
That's a wonderful name, Maximilian. Oh, go over there. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. And I walk over, and as we're walking,
yeah.
And I say this quietly to Chalk, I'm just like, what kind of membership do you have to be here?
Oh, clearly some kind of nefarious guild organization. All of these men smell of chaos.
That's why you're so happy. Maximilian.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. I would like money, please.
And he takes the chips from you, counts them out for you in stacks of 10. Sees that you have 4 left over, so he just slides those back to you. And then he gives you a total of 56 gold.
Okay. Which Eteocles will never see. Yeah. And I'm like, well, Chalk, this is going to be quite useful. This money. I guess we should let's go. I want to see how far I can follow without losing my head, like I said before. And as we walk out, I stop at the bugbear, and I'm just like, how long has it been?
Oh, it's maybe
So
been
he's still
like
under
half an
charm.
hour.
Okay, so I'm just like, question for you. My friend just left here a little while ago with a strapping young elven woman. Who was that?
He just kind of like looks down at you, sees Chalk next to you. He's like, that is Princess Arastagi.
Of course it is.
The head of pockets.
Okay. So when he says that, since shock is shock, he will notice a shift.
Okay.
And I almost kind of break voice a little bit. Oh. And I'm just like, yes. And I kind of like come back into it, and I'm just like, do you know which way they went?
He kind of looks back at Chalk, looks back at you. It probably went to the guild hall. Only members are allowed in there.
Well, Shock and I already, members. That's why we gambled to see money. Have chips.
And he's like,
chips.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's this way. And he takes you over to the entrance to the guild hall.
His face.
How do I not, while I'm there, realize I'm gonna wait? But this looks so bad on my end.
Well, to be honest, you were flirting pretty hard with the heavens.
No. Flirting is in my nature. Like, that's just what I do.
Yeah.
But it's not Dolo. It's just an elf.
I know. I know. This is gonna be interesting.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, the bugbear leads you to the entrance to the guild hall, which is just down the street, and you see there's a half orc that kind of looks over at the 3 of you, and he's just like, Eggle, who are these people? And he's like, members. They wanna go and speak to the princess. And he's like,
What?
Eggle, these aren't members.
But Chalk.
He's like, oh, yeah, seems he caught us out.
I go.
And he turns around and
"Oh,
starts to walk away.
he forgot the membership card. 1 second." And I turn around and I just start walking away. Like, I hate when you do that. You can disappear. I can't.
Maybe when you have more, I will share more of my power with you.
You know I will.
Sure.
You know I will.
Sure. I'll go
What?
see what they're talking about, and you see him vanish. There's just a pile of leaves where he was standing.
Okay. I kind of just moved to the side, but I'm still not there.
And you see after a moment here, I don't think they're getting their membership cards. I'll go back to the casino. And the half orc is like,
Wait, there's membership cards? It's like a Costco?
Yeah. And you hear the half orc, yeah, Agol, maybe go do that.
Takes 3 to 5 weeks to get your membership card
Yeah.
for pockets.
Yeah.
It's a black and white photo. It's grainy.
Yeah,
That somebody drew
Yeah.
that and just
Yeah.
said, "Here you go. Here's
It's
your."
a stick figure.
they have a
There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
they have a blind man check your features, and then they just draws you to the best of its ability. But yeah, you see that after about an hour, Aelin and a dwarf come out. There's a carriage that's brought over to them, and then they take off.
Okay.
And right behind you, you just feel the hands come up on your shoulders, almost like seductively. You hear him, oh, the things they talked about. Rather boring, actually. Can we go?
Sure. I make a deal with you. We'll take this gold and visit the whorehouse and cause a little chaos if you tell me what you heard while we walk.
That's not a deal worth taking. You know my kind. We love our deals.
So what would
How
you have in mind?
about this for a deal? Let's tell her the truth about dear old dad.
I mean, for general, you don't want me to tell her everything.
You want to talk about chaos? Let's bring a little chaos into the group, Deke.
Have you not met Eteocles?
He is deliciously god.
This deal. That's Aelin's not exactly headed. He almost drowned because her.
That also was delicious.
The salt water wasn't delicious for me.
You see him in a feminine form, and this holds his hand. Shall we, Deke?
Let's. I grab his hand and I start walking.
He leads you back to the Mutineers Lounge, where you see that the dwarf is leaving. And you see that nobody recognizes you. Ben doesn't recognize you or your female companion. Toggoth and Aelin are both out in the open, looking at you as part of the patrons that are there. Not a semblance of recognition. And she just kind of leans in. See, you could easily do anything to right now. No, it's you. How about some chaos?
Mm,
I'm not gonna tell her about her father here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go find some fun then. And walks out.
I try to see if going up to Dolo's room.
It'd be a really rough stealth check.
give us an excuse to go upstairs.
To the bartender.
Yep.
I'm like,
He looks over at you. Hey, how are you doing? Don't recognize you from anything, so I'll help you.
yes, I'm just passing through and doing this good fortune, good gestures throughout the land just to spread joy and happiness. And I randomly go into bars and I select a few people and make their days. I was taking a look around and those two right there were, and I don't make it obvious that I'm pointing,
Right.
but I kind of just tell them the little one and the elf that are sitting there eating. They're quite an interesting pair. So what I wanted to do, if you will help me with my quest, is I'm going to give you 5 gold.
All right.
Okay.
Got my attention.
And what you're going to do is you're going to keep. How much is your finest ale here? Your finest lager? Because she seems like one that likes lager. What's your finest lager and your finest? I don't know what they drink, but you know the or eat
They
or eat.
I don't know what those people drink.
Yes, I want the finest, and I want you to call them up here as soon as I leave. And don't tell them who it's from. Just let them know that anonymous donor wanted them to eat their fill, drink their fill.
What do you want me to do with the change?
That's for you, my friend. That's for you.
Oh, damn. I might not have to work here anymore.
I hope for the best for you. You be well, okay? And all I ask is in the future, treat others with the same respect.
Oh, yeah, sure. You got it.
I can tell you're one of those good ones. And I walk and I just kind of position myself to where I'm close enough to the stairs to get up
Okay.
as soon as they get kind of called over.
Yeah, we'll say that after the dwarf leaves, that Aelin and Toggoth had their little powwow, been told by men, and that there's a drink waiting for them.
a drink?
Good Samaritan?
Was it a lady?
No. It was, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was the elf. So sometimes you
Well-
can't tell.
There was an elf.
Okay.
Okay.
I sniff the drink. Don't
I
trust
watch
it.
Aelin.
And I go up the stairs as soon as I see the action
Yeah.
happening. I'm
Yeah.
It's a really good lager, but I need to sniff it.
Yeah. It is.
Sure.
Unfortunately, because it's not great at names, it's called Dragon Balls.
Nice.
Only the finest for my friends.
Yeah. And because of the crapshoot, and because he's seen you kind of with your clovers, Mandan decided to get Toggoth some elven wine.
Oh.
So it smells incredibly potent, and it's
This
called
is
Brandywine.
Are you sure this grape juice isn't like bad? It smells really bad.
Oh yeah,
Stuff like-
process.
I guess
It's
I can
kinda
feel
early.
myself later. Yeah.
It's kind of early, but after the night we've had, I could use this lager. Thank you. If that ever walks in again, please point him in my direction. I think of the about to put in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I just Toggoth just downs the whole thing to try out what he just heard from Aelin.
Is Toggoth a drinker?
Hell no.
Okay, so it's gonna hit him.
Actually, no. Forgive me. He's a cleric. He's. I will say that Valem Bun, one of his mentor's vices, is the drink. But he's never had wine. Like he's never been privy to this. So this is very new to him, especially wine, because this is he thinks it's just fermented grapes, grape juice.
Yeah, so it's gonna hit him hard. So that'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
Especially when you find that dead body.
Oh man. Oh my
Oh.
god. Oh my god. Mistakes have been made.
wait a minute. Oh, like it hits me. It's just like whoa. Oh my god. I know who gave this to us. There was this
Who?
really nice looking man that was here earlier with E.T. Said he was waiting for E.T. I think he was the one that gave this. For being, he's not the little one, and I'm the only one here. So, I mean, have more.
And he was like, I mean, I gave you a regular sized cup of that. I'm surprised you went through it as fast as you did. To do a number on you.
And,
Oh, don't. We got shit that we have to do. And I finished drinking
Yeah.
my lager.
Yeah.
Where the hell is E.T.? Where he's supposed to be meeting us down here?
and then guys, I'm trying to wobble. I'll get him.
This is after he had left with the Count and Gavin, so he.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, this is
Oh,
So this is before he comes
this is
back
a-
with Gavin.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so I would have
Wait.
never met. So I would have met the Duke. Okay, yeah.
Right.
So that makes
So
sense.
you
Okay,
met,
never
you-
mind.
Yeah, you met him. Yeah, so it stands to reason that you'd be like, oh, yeah, of course, the Count gave this to us.
Well, I mean, he keeps leaving us. I don't know what's going on. I guess I'll just go upstairs, and I just stand up, and I try to get off the chair.
I know for a fact that you hopped off the stool, and you could see yourself landing gracefully. You face first into the floor.
Oh, do I take it?
No. It's just like Aelin just sees you kind of like with the bravado of an 8-foot tall monster kind of hop off, and instead of just kind of correcting yourself and landing on your feet, like you just let yourself tilt forward
No.
with your bulbous head and just come crashing down.
I can already see I just launched. It's almost like I launched myself forward like this,
Yeah.
and I just went. Boosh.
Yep.
I'm okay. I think I'm okay. And I just stay there with my head planted onto the floor for a moment.
Yeah. You're pretty sure that you've gotten up and you're already moving towards the stairs, but you haven't moved.
Yeah, I haven't moved at all.
In your mind, you're like, oh, I'm already at the stairs. Aelin's right behind
I'm
me.
probably already in the room at some point. Yeah, that's fine.
And Aelin can see that his legs are like moving, like he's walking, but he's just still there on the floor, face first.
Oh, Toggoth. You want me to just pick you up and take you to your room?
What do you mean? I'm already in my room.
Yes, you are. And I just pick him up and I fireman him over my shoulder.
Oh my god.
It is the greatest
Stop it.
experience of your life, being thrown over somebody's shoulder.
Oh, okay.
This is what it feels like to fly.
Oh my
my
god.
I used to love this when E.T. used to do this. Oh, I feel like I'm floating.
Do not throw up on me, Toggoth. Do not.
I'm gonna roll real quick.
Okay. What are you gonna roll?
I'm gonna roll a percentage die.
Oh, I thought you were gonna roll a Constitution save.
Okay, I'll roll Constitution.
Okay.
Un momentico.
You get 10.
Oh, well, here we go. Whew! Wrong.
18. Yeah. There's that little kind of like in of the stomach, as you can feel it wants to come up, but you keep it down.
Don't worry, I won't do this to you. I promise.
I hear that, and I take him from firing. I'm gonna carry him like an infant facing out.
It's a Bjorn,
Like a Bjorn.
like a baby Bjorn.
Yeah. Like a baby Bjorn, and I'm just gonna carry him like that so that if he projectile vomits, it forward.
Yep.
Will, technically, wouldn't this be the morning though?
Not
Yes,
yet.
because-
They went downstairs together after the morning. Because remember,
Oh, touche. Yeah. So this would be after the Theocles has shared it with you.
Right. So we know everything, and Helen and him are gone. Toggoth up, drunk as shit. To his
I
room.
drank like early as fuck in the morning. Sweet.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's why I told you. I was like, we just had a shitty, crazy ass night.
Yeah.
And it's early, but I'm gonna drink this because I need it. So okay, cool. So I'm now taking Toggoth to his room.
Yeah.
Wait,
You can see that Dolo's room the door is ajar. You can hear movement inside.
I looked to him and I looked to Toggoth and I yelled, Dolo?
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Well, where the fuck have you been?
I was here just now for a little while. What's wrong with what happened to him?
He drank. He
You-
drank.
You okay, well,
I'm gonna put him in his room
yes.
for a second. You and I have to talk. I have to put him in the room first. You gotta like catch up on.
room.
Yes,
Take
yes.
me to the room.
We should put. Where's Eteocles? Is he here as
I
well?
don't know.
Have we found
Yeah,
him?
yeah, he was here. There's a lot to catch up on.
You open
And
the
then-
door to Toggoth and Etiok's room, and you see Gavin with his head on backwards.
Whoa.
I
Drop me.
I do. I dropped Toggoth.
Do I hear the thump?
Yep.
Whoa.
So I come out of the room. I'll come
no
out of the
save.
room.
No save. I'm just falling.
I come out of the room, and I'm like, it's usually better to put him in the bed.
Uh,
Drop me. Oh, and then I have to eventually see that when I
Yep.
get up.
Oh yeah. Like on the
That
way
must have sobered
down.
me up.
On the way down, you just
Oh.
see the head looking straight at you in a position where it's just like that's his back. Like his head shouldn't be looking at you, and his eyes seem to follow you all the way down as you are let go from like Aelin's chest level down to the floor, and that 1.5 2 second fall, all the wine just expunges itself from your colon, and you're just like, no,
Oh.
this is not what I
Nope,
wanted to
This
see
is
in my
sober.
room.
Now I am sober.
So I'm looking. I'm not. I haven't looked in the room yet. I'm looking at them. So I see them both like
Yeah.
frozen. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep.
I scurry. I immediately get to the floor and I just, if not run, but crawl
Yeah.
over to see what the fuck is going on.
I'll walk and look in the door.
Yeah, you see a young boy that you don't recognize, just with his head on backwards. Windows
Yep.
open.
So,
You're right. Eteocles was here.
not again. He
What-
does this to. No, I can't believe he did this to us again.
Okay. Let's close the door. With his head flipped around completely.
Oh my god, this is Vincent the Salty Beaver all over again. This happened before. I thought we were over this. And then
Toggoth, I've never been one to question you and Eteocles' taste in things, but you know you don't have to kill everything after you're done with it.
it's not me. That's the problem. Obviously. And
Guys. Go ahead, close the door. And now I go and I close I notice that the window's open,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, windows open.
I look out. So I shake my head, close the window, turn around, lean up against it, and go, I can't believe I'm going to have to clean up his mess again.
I blame you, Toggoth. I blame you.
Me? I can't do this.
Is there a dead boy in my room? Or in Aelin's room? No. It seems to be in your room. Like it. And apparently this is not the first time, because the Salty Beaver, there was the other
Listen,
incident.
Look, we can talk about this is too much. And I just turn around and I'm just like patting this guy to see if there was anything that was left.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's got
Oh yes, let's touch the body. That's
Yep.
good.
That's what I'm doing.
yeah, and you just
I
That's what I'm doing.
I lock the door.
you're
I just
you're
go
like
over and I'm
berating him for the situation, and he's already like looking at the pockets. He's like, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
But yeah, it looks like he has the same kind of crest that you remember from the count the night before. It's attached to a key of some sort. And there's small coin pouch where he has 3 platinum pieces.
Okay. Any paper, anything?
Oh, bye.
Oh,
Goodbye.
okay.
He got killed by the vampire already.
Second you
Just for
touch
touching it.
Second you touch
That's
Gavin.
what happens.
Bye.
Snap.
Gone.
Boom, done.
So, yeah. Well, while he's doing that, Aelin, I know you said we had to catch up on, but this is going to put a little bit of a wrench in our conversation.
Yes, but I should probably catch you up with who he is first.
Oh, so we know who this person is.
Well, E.T. knew who he was and brought him here. He's. And then I kind of tell now Dolo everything that E.T. told us the night before. Of him meeting some count and this being basically his ward, who's now been here to help E.T. do a bunch of stuff.
So what you're telling me, and I'm playing this as somebody who failed that role 2 episodes ago.
Yep.
We've just killed a vampire squire?
Well, no, E.T. says he wasn't a vampire. He just said
E.T. says a lot of things. Also
you're right.
Kills a lot of things.
Also true.
Exhibit A.
Okay. I blacked out.
She just brought him up to speed while you were targets.
Yeah, I was telling Dolo.
Blacked out.
Yeah.
I was telling Dolo everything that E.T. told us about this young boy,
Yeah.
Gavin, now. And so that's where we're at. While you were going through the pockets.
Correct. That these pockets, all I remember, the last thing you said was 3 platinum pieces.
Yep. That's all he's got.
That's it? Nothing else on him besides this key and the platinum pieces? No papers, no like inscription, no writing, nothing.
Nothing.
This sack of shit. Okay. All right. Well, after I see these things, I started looking around, and we're on the top floor, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a room adjacent to us?
Yeah.
I'm not putting him in my room.
No, not your room, Dolo.
Yeah.
Just
There's
the room next to
four.
us that's
There's
not
4
ours.
total rooms. We're renting 3 of them.
Okay.
I got an idea.
Spell it.
What's that?
There was once a story that I heard from a bard. I don't know if this will work, but it's probably the best option right now. What we're going to do, Gavin, after all, is you're going to go down in, you're going to get, let's say, 2 cheap logs. Bring him back up. We're going to shove down his throat and cover him in it so he reeks of alcohol. We're going to flip his head back around,
Okay.
and we're going to carry our drunk friend out of the bar
Okay.
and dispose of the body somewhere.
Where?
Mm,
I say we shove him in a closet
correct.
and deal with this later.
I concur.
Okay.
Not my closet, though.
Now here's my question. Bodies tend to start smelling after a short amount of time. When you say later, considering our rooms are adjacent to where you would want to store this body,
By later, I kind of mean like nighttime, where we're not walking around with a drunk dead body in the morning,
he's
trying to find a place to dispose it.
he's dead drunk. Get it?
Yes, dead drunk. But yeah, like I don't think right now that's a smart plan. But I mean, charming one. Oh, brilliant planner. Maybe.
According to the bard, the great Sir Bernard was carried that way after he died, and by his 2 squires, and nobody realized that he was dead until quite some time. So I'm just saying they could buy us some time.
Maybe. But if that count sees us walking around with his friend,
In
that's
daylight?
not gonna be. Well, I still don't know if this guy's a vampire. I don't even know who he is. I've never even met him.
Well,
Okay.
vampire.
Remember, Toggoth, at the fair, there's vampires here. He's
Well,
referred to as the Count. He has
Okay,
he
but-
sleeps throughout the entire day because Aelin told me the whole thing. So I was like, he
Yeah.
sleeps all day and parties all night. I mean, the writing's on the wall, my friend. The writing's on the wall.
So you're saying we should burn this body?
I said nothing. But
Okay,
if
I'll be right
that-
back.
Oh,
and I just turn
oh,
around and I go outside.
Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord.
you've sent him on a wild goose chase now, and I really think that we
Okay.
should just hide it for now.
Okay. Let's. Where do you want to hide him? In another room?
Is it empty?
I don't know. I don't work here. But
Okay, so I go outside.
Before
I
you
leave
go,
the room.
Before you go,
Yes.
if it is
Yes.
empty,
Right.
rent it.
Odds are
Yes.
it won't be.
But make up a name and say that you are renting it on behalf of a friend that's coming from out of town,
Sure.
so that
Got
it's
it.
not necessarily linked to you. Or
Got it.
Or tip him a little more, so that he forgets who rented the room.
Snap one of the pieces from the floor, and I walk out.
Oh no, you're gonna give him a whole platinum piece?
That is
going
not
to-
what I said.
Yeah.
Buy 3 bars, is rekindling.
Okay.
Oh,
So you rush downstairs, and the second you get down there, standing, talking to Mandan at the counter, you see the Count.
Oh shit!
And I see that. Has he noticed me yet?
Not yet, no.
I fucking hate Etiocles so much.
Oh
You
my god.
suck, ET.
Oh my
One second. One second.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
second.
yeah, think about
Okay,
it. Think about it.
I'm gonna use Thaumaturgy, or I don't know how to say that right.
Thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy, and I'm going to cause the doors on the opposite side of the bar to slam as hard as possible, so everybody looks that way, and I'm gonna turn right back around and go back upstairs.
Yeah, so you hear the main door just slam. Everybody kind of looks at it. You scamper up the stairs, and you see Aelin walking out with a platinum piece in her hand.
Turn around! Turn around! No! 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 The Count is here! It's daylight! He's not a vampire!
Are you screaming that?
No. Well, I'm saying
I was like,
I'm yelling it in Goblin.
okay. I was.
He might know Goblin, bro. You don't.
Well,
yell
we're gonna find out now.
Jesus. I just hear that from the hallway, and I go, "Shock, is that enough chaos for you?"
Fuck. So I go back in the room.
Yeah.
I put. By the way, as I'm making my way back into the room, I put the platinum piece in my bag or whatever it is that I've got.
Yeah.
I just pocket it. I pocket it, and I come inside, and I'm like, stick the fucking body in the fucking closet.
Oh, okay. Out of character, I have a strength of 8. I'm not picking up anything.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
then-
the Goblin's gonna fucking do it.
Well, help me. Okay, help me put the fucking body in the fucking
Oh,
closet.
I'm gonna try. I'll grab it. I'll grab a
Yeah.
leg.
Yeah, between the three of you, it just
Damn it.
you force this kid into the closet. Just his head is lulled there. The wrong way around.
I turned the head.
the head. Yeah, exactly. I turned the head back the right way.
It's almost like the second it comes back around, his jaw unhinges and it opens up entirely. You just see his tongue kind of loll out.
Oh god, this is so bad.
Mm.
Okay, so he's in the. Go ahead, Toggoth.
I get some tar from under my shoes from
Uh-huh.
outside, and I put it in between the teeth, and I close, just so that his mouth stays shut with the tongue inside. Why not?
Everybody else sees
I touched
Toga just like shove this kid's tongue back in his mouth, and then grab one of his shoes, rub something off of it, put it in his mouth, and then he just kind of like
Oh, gross.
just quietly just like shh, closes the mouth.
And I close its eyes.
Good.
Close,
Respectful.
Toga.
Respectful.
I have a question,
Sure.
Will. When the body is dead, is it now considered non-living material?
No.
That
Damn it!
What?
I was gonna touch the face and make it feel warm, so that if somebody found it, they're like, "Oh no, he's just drunk."
sure he's drunk. Don't mind the fact that he's got these bruising all around his neck.
He
Okay, so then hold on. So we've shoved him in the closet now, right?
Correct.
Close. I want to. The Count is still downstairs, correct?
Correct. Hopefully.
No. I'm just making sure because I'm pretty sure he doesn't know where we're staying.
you just hear
Yeah.
you just
Okay,
hear from
so-
downstairs.
You're saying
Gavin, are you here?
I grab the key that's
Fantastic.
on the floor.
Uh-huh.
I grab the key that's on the floor and put it in my pocket.
Is that Gavin? Is he Gavin?
Yes, that's Gavin.
Is this
Oh,
Gavin?
okay. Cool. Yes.
Toggoth.
This is Gavin. Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Toggoth, grab all your stuff and go into Dolo's room. Everybody go back to their fucking rooms.
You say okay,
I look
and I
at you
just
guys.
turn around and I go, I have everything, and I just run out.
I look at you guys and I go, that is a wonderful idea, and I cast invisibility on myself.
I run into Dolo's room.
I cast invisibility on myself and I walk out of the room.
Make sure that nothing in the room is mine.
No.
That's there.
No.
Nobody has.
Oh,
And I fucking.
did anybody take the pouch that was left of the 2 platinum pieces?
I grab everything. I grab everything so that it looks like we don't know who the fuck stayed in this room, and I fucking
And
bail it.
I walk outside, Will, of the bar, and then I take off invisible and I walk back into the bar like I'm just arriving.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what a lovely stroll I had this morning. Not here.
Man just looks at you. He's like, I didn't know you left.
No, you know.
Mhm. You don't. Are you watching my room? You naughty boy.
He's like, no, but I saw everybody
I'm
else
like,
come down. I figured you were still sleeping upstairs.
No, I visited a whore.
Oh, whatever a man does with a woman is between or a man. I'm not
Two
oh,
women.
All right, whatever happened is between you and them.
And the male gnome also. It was
Yeah, sure.
4 of
All
us.
of them. All of them can keep that a secret.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
a sheep arrived.
I'm very hungry. Would you mind if I had some breakfast? I'm just gonna sit right here. Oh, excuse me, and I'm gonna sit down right here. And
You see that the count,
eat some food.
regally dressed, just kind of standing at the bottom of the stairs. Gavin, are you with Eteocles?
Make it a double, please.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I'm just
I go.
standing-
So
Yeah.
I go into Dolo's room and I tell Toggoth, "You gotta stay here because you were drunk, and I brought you upstairs." So
How sober
go
are you now?
Oh, I am dead
Yeah.
sober. The moment I saw a dead body, I was just like, nope.
So stay here for a little bit and then come back downstairs. I'm gonna go downstairs. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you see that as you
I
come
now go
downstairs.
downstairs.
There's this regal-looking human, brown hair, long brown hair, beautiful, soft, kind of bluish eyes, just sitting there. And he's just like, "Excuse me, sorry, You haven't seen a young boy and a bugbear, have you?"
And I look at him and I kind of like I just size him a little bit, like
Yeah.
down to his nice clean shoes all the way up to his face, and I would have been like, "No, but did you buy me a
No,
lager
I don't
this
recall
morning?"
buying anyone anything this morning.
Okay.
And then
Well,
he kind of looks at
no,
you.
I don't
He kind of
know.
looks at you.
Anybody
and
who you're
eyebrow
asking
slowly
for.
raises. He's like, "Would you like a lager, though?"
Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
I'm always down for a lager, but my friend over there is expecting me. But you can send it over, and I wink and I walk over to where Dolo is sitting.
No, I don't know you.
Too
I don't know
late.
you.
I don't know you. I didn't know you.
Separate.
Yeah.
Separate. Like I see her coming.
She sits down across from you.
No signals. Signals. Make
She sits-
signals.
No, she sits
Warning.
down and I freeze and I just look at her. I just look at her and I go, I was with whores.
Yeah, that'll deter it. That's a deterrent right there.
I look at him, and I'm like, "What?
Sure.
You don't,
Oh,
First
you
thing that
don't
comes out.
say." Yeah, no shit. I was fucked last night too. Thank you.
yep.
By the way, Toggoth is
Yep.
upstairs, right? Right?
Yes, you
So-
should be.
So I'm there.
Good luck.
Toggoth is like thinking, because he's like, I can't possibly go downstairs because I would be the last person he sees. That's exactly what Toggoth is thinking. Okay, what do I do? And then I
Yeah.
look over at the window.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Here we
And I
go.
open the window, and I look down, and I want to know
I mean, it's the second
How
story.
bad
so
of a fall is
not gonna
this
be too
going to be
terrible.
if I try to jump out of this thing?
You're third level. You'll definitely survive.
He'll survive.
It's not gonna feel good.
It's not going to feel good, though.
You're gonna come in through that door beat up
Yeah.
and hungover.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially, there's no way
I
it
mean,
could be me.
That would
You-
just be
you
great
know
if
what?
everybody had just
You know what,
jumped
though?
out and walked back in.
Since you're in Dolo's room,
Force!
why don't you give me a perception roll?
Force!
'Cause chaos is chaos.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Está bien. Oh.
Oh, goddamn. I get shocked.
That's a 13, I believe.
13. Ooh, that's good enough. You notice as you're scrambling to figure out how to get out of there, you're moving things around. You're kind of putting some of his boxes up so you can climb up onto the window. You see that one of them that you're about to close just has a bunch of wigs, has makeup, it has like smudging powder, it has rolled up newspapers. It's a disguise kit.
I grab it and I'm like, okay, make myself pretty.
God damn it.
Make myself pretty. Just, I try to use it. But yeah, so I am gonna try to make myself as manageable.
There's
gonna
a
try to make
couple of
myself-
pots of like what look to be shades of green. So you could definitely change the shade of green that you are. Or yellow.
Okay.
You could definitely make some match.
I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna try to see if I can. Considering the size that I am, I'm gonna try to see how close I can go to, gnomish, to look gnome, to look like a more gnomish tone, like at least like a rock gnome, like
Sure.
a dark scale color.
Yeah. There's definitely skin tones there. There are even
I'm gonna try
there are
to do
even
that.
some lifts too. Some little triangular lifts that you can put into your shoes if you had any.
Yeah, I'm just anything to try to pass off not like a goblin. So I would try to get one of those wigs put on so I could put my ears inside of it.
Sure.
Yep.
Let's have
not-
you
Yeah, I'll try.
let's have you do because I don't think you would have.
Oh, I have a mind performance. This is
Okay.
gonna be bad.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my god.
performance with disadvantage, please.
Thank you. Okay, first roll was a 9, and second roll was a 10.
So not much worse.
So you grab a bunch of the shading that looks olive tone. You grab a wig that looks to be just enough of a Karen haircut that you like. Yeah, my ears will definitely be hidden underneath. And you put it on. There's no mirror, so you're just like, yeah, this will work. You've got you. There's no place on your face that you haven't put makeup on. It's all over your hands. You're like, this is it. This is how I'm a gnome now.
I'm a gnome.
Yeah.
As long as I don't look like myself at the end of the day, that's
You
it. As long
definitely
as I
don't.
don't look like as long as I don't look like Toggoth, I'll be fine.
Yeah, you do not look like Toggoth.
I gotta change my voice too. Yes, this is going to work. Yes.
You're gonna
I spent too
disguise
much time
yourself
with
on, like,
ET. I spent too
you're-
much time with ET.
Yeah.
You're gonna
So-
disguise yourself as a count from the count, talking like a count. Yes, sibling.
It's aha.
I am not a goblin. Bleh.
And it's like a weird like Mario
Yeah.
count.
Here
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like Wario.
Are you still gonna go out the window, or are you gonna go out the front door now that you're disguised?
I got this. I went full bore on this one. I'm walking right outside with this.
All right.
Like this is my masterpiece.
Yep. You start coming down the stairs. You see the count at the bottom of the stairs, just kind of like look up at you,
Like what the fuck?
and the two of you see the count look up. There's a moment where it just kind of like stands there, and you just notice that he very subtly just steps to the side and continues to watch this whatever Toggoth is disguised as. But to you two, it's very clearly Toggoth in a wig with makeup.
I am
Just-
picturing when they tried to disguise E.T. in the movie,
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just
and
like
they
that.
put him in that like sundress.
No,
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of Gremlins, where I think it's Gremlins 2, where he's wearing a blonde, where one of them is wearing a blonde wig and makeup.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yep.
what I'm thinking as I'm
That's what
walking
it
down.
is. That's what it is.
This is not fucking happening.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
I look up like just into the ether. And I'm just like, enough chaos for you.
Yeah, but you see the two of them are at a table. Mandan has brought over some breakfast and what looks to be 2 coffees.
I'm so hungry.
I'm like this, shaking. Oh my god.
Can
We're
I?
all
I wanna do
going to die.
I wanna do a perception check to
Okay.
see. Obviously, as I'm getting closer to them, I want to know if this is a good idea. What I'm doing, walking up to them at this point.
Okay. Go ahead, make a perception check.
Here we go.
I'll make it very obvious for you.
Oh, that's an 18.
Yeah. Aelin doesn't really care if you know or not.
Of
That's
course not.
very clear. You see that Dolo is just looking at you like, if you come over here, you are dead to me.
I swear to fucking god.
So I saunter
Oh, god.
almost like John Wayne over to the opposite side of the bar where they're at.
Yep.
From where they're at, and jump onto the bar stool.
Okay. You see Mandan kind of look at you. You
Hello.
You
Good morning.
He's like, are you one of our patrons?
Horse.
Why? He goes, I was about to say I was attacked by horse.
Oh
No. Yes, I'm just I start changing my voice. It's just I can't even keep the same voice. Yes, yeah, I just came in just to have a drink before I go out to the day.
I'm crying right
yeah.
now. Oh my god.
I think the
Except you.
go ahead.
Will, this has to have been not anywhere where you
Not-
thought this thing
not
was
at all.
gonna go.
Not at all. I think you should have taken the 11 damage from falling out the window.
I think you should have just taken the 11 damage.
Right now,
Agreed.
right now, the rest of the bar took like 10 psychic damage from having to see this shit.
Everybody's out. Everybody got knocked the fuck out from this.
Everybody got up
Yeah.
and left. You literally
Yeah.
cleared the room except for me and
Yeah,
Dolo.
like some people are just like confused looks, like they're eating their food much faster than when you first came down. The count is in such there's no word for where he is mentally, that he's just like he just starts going upstairs.
Good.
When I see him go upstairs, I look to Dolo and I'm like, this is a good time to get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I will have one ale, please.
I get up and I grab. I turn around and I just mage hand slap him in the back of the head. Like,
Oh.
And I
the
get-
wig
Yeah.
comes off.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We need to run out.
and just walk out of the bar.
I leave with Dolo.
Whatever was on, like I start rubbing my face and
Actually, wait. Like, I have nothing to lie about when it comes to. Like, I could go to my room, be like, no, there's nobody in my room, so I can get my shit. Since somebody really liked my shit.
Which you know that he did, because clearly that was your
Yeah.
shit.
Yep.
horrible idea, by the way.
So then you don't want to leave. So you don't want to leave the bar.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, we leave the bar, and he's still gonna find us, or we stay, and because then we're gonna assume that he's finding the body,
Right.
but he may or
Not.
may not open the doors, or somebody could complain about privacy
Okay.
and be like, "Hey, why is this guy going into the rooms I paid for?"
Okay.
Okay. So
Or
you're gonna tell him it's your room.
well, like if I see him going for my door, I'm gonna be like, "This is my room. Well, what are you doing?" And because did you lock the door before you left your room?
Me? No.
Do you
no,
think we locked doors? Like, do you think?
You
So
didn't.
the door wide open.
Not the wide
door-
open.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I was
not
the last one out, and I was invisible, so I
Oh,
wouldn't
No,
close the door.
no, you were the first one out. I picked everything,
Right.
everything up. I was the last one out.
we didn't.
But I didn't lock it. I definitely did not say to lock it, but I definitely closed the door and picked up everything that would have been a resemblance of what it was. So fine, maybe we don't leave the bar.
Well,
I think
because
it's
Because here's the thing.
You had to chuck his
I
body
can-
outside.
Here's the thing. I can safely, if he comes back to talk to me, I just got in. Not sure what's going on. I'm eating breakfast.
yeah. I just don't
And
want
I'm
him to
not
talk.
lying.
No.
I'm
I
not
just don't
lying.
want him to talk to Toggoth because he's already spoken to
No,
Toggoth.
if you guys want to go, because you guys have already interacted with him. And
Oh,
he
I
knows
haven't.
your- Okay,
Toggoth has.
Toggoth should leave.
Yes. Toggoth needs to get the fuck out
But
of here.
none of our rooms,
Yeah.
and out of character, neither of us stay at our room.
Correct. No, I don't need
So-
to go anywhere. I can stay eating here. I just know that we need to get Toggoth the fuck out.
Yeah, Toggoth needs to go.
Mhm.
But I think we need to kind of see what, because we're
Okay.
gonna just make assumptions of what happens here. But
Agreed.
if you guys think we should all leave, I'm down with that too.
No, I just thought if we didn't leave, Toggoth was gonna leave, and I just don't want him here. But I guess I could whisper to him in Goblin that he needs to get the fuck out of here right now.
Okay. So
Well, the count's going up, right?
Yeah.
How far is Toggoth from us at the bar? He's right behind us.
He's at-
no, I'm on the
nah,
opposite.
He's on the opposite side. He's like maybe 30 feet away.
So I'll get up and I'll walk over to the, because the bartender next to him, or no?
Yeah, man's there.
Okay, all right, man's there. So I'm gonna go. Would you mind getting us both some refills of coffee, please? And then that would be greatly appreciated. And then in Goblin, I just whisper, "Get out of here." And then I go, "Thank you very much," and I go back and sit down. And I say the coffee thing loud enough so people can hear.
Oh, there's
them
nobody else
asking for
here.
coffee.
People have left.
No, everybody's gone. Everybody's gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because
He cleared the room. They ate fast and dipped out of there. They're like, I don't know what the fuck this
they don't
creature
know
is.
what the fuck is going on,
Yeah.
but they don't want to find out.
They were like, "What is this? It is clearly not something we've seen before. We're out."
So he goes, I guess I look, I hear that, and I look up. I'm like,
I just pictured Hatchet Face from Crybaby.
Oh my god.
yeah, that could work. I look up and I'm like, in a different voice, I shan't be leaving. And then I just get off.
You don't have to announce when you're sneaking out of the bar, Kenny.
So I'm not Kenny, I am Toggoth. And then I just jump off of the stool.
Yeah.
And I saunter the same way I did walking down the steps. I saunter out.
You see, as Toggoth is hopping down and heading towards the main door, you already see the boots, the kind of nice shoes at the stairway coming down.
Can't see it.
See you later.
Okay.
By the way, when I walk outside and look for an alleyway where I can actually an alleyway where I can see the bar, or at least see at some angle inside the bar.
Okay, so you're gonna have to run across the street.
Okay.
The two of you that are sitting at the table, you just notice that some of the traffic outside just stops. A woman screams.
A baby cries.
You hear a man yell out.
Dog shits himself.
Yeah, you hear a man yell out. By the gods, what is that thing?
Mm. Yes. Oh man, such a good decision.
But you see the count come downstairs. He looks around, goes over to the bar. He says something to Mandan. He puts down a gold coin and he walks out. Mandan goes over. He brings a refill of coffees, and then he also brings a lager for Aelin. The gentleman,
Oh.
true to his word.
Is he still walking out, or did he already leave?
He's already left.
Okay. Oh. I look at Amanda and I'm like, I can appreciate that. Does he come around here often?
This is the third night that he's been here. Third day.
Hmm.
He was here with
Good to know.
with your bugbear friend. That little
Oh,
boy.
really? Was he now?
Yeah.
Good to know. Hope he brings me more drinks.
Yeah, probably.
I hope that.
I look at
again.
I look at Dolo with like gritted teeth, and I'm like, yeah, right, yeah. Thank you.
I don't don't want anybody
And then goes back to the bar.
messing with you. And I
So,
smirk at her.
I look at Dolo and I say, "So whores, huh?"
Yes, that's a story I told him.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking you, what's the story
I went out.
with whores, right?
Well, and I look back at the bar and I'm like, yes, hordes, lots of them.
Me too. And I take a swig.
Yeah, it's Dragon Balls.
Again. That's two.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had this many balls in my mouth.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Heyo.
Woo.
So right. So he may not be a vampire.
Not if he's out during the day. Why
But-
call yourself Count, though? That's pretentious.
He's a douche.
Yes, indeed. Count douche.
As Christy hears me and she just smirked over there next to me when I said that.
I shall call him-
Count douche.
Count
Balls!
douche.
If the
That's all they
episode,
hear.
if the episode is not whores everywhere, then Will has failed.
Yeah.
Um,
So he's left now the bar,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Does Toggoth, do you see him leave?
I don't know. Do I?
Yeah, you see him come out. He looks around for a bit. Takes a big sigh.
Oh, do I
Yeah.
can see him? I actually see him coming out.
Yep, yeah.
Okay.
And then he takes a moment and he starts to walk into the crowd.
I want to follow him.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm wearing exactly.
No.
Yeah, and
Well,
He is-
when I say follow, I don't want to be right behind him.
right. But you notice that he starts to walk through the crowd. He's maybe about 60 feet away from you, and you're just like, whatever spirit has gotten into you, that this is a good idea, just comes in, takes over for the pilot seat, and you start to race off after him, and people just start clearing the way. There's just like an opening, like a shark coming through a school fish. It's just like, no.
Well, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna grab the wig that's on me, and I'm gonna use it to rub off whatever makeup I have on my
Okay.
face, so look more like a goblin than a monstrosity.
Oh.
And also just remove whatever robe I was wearing to cover what the original robe I
Yeah.
have on. And this point, while I'm doing that, I want to slow down so that I don't catch up to him.
Sure.
Obviously.
You get to a busy intersection. You see him stop to talk to some kind of stall owner. He just shoots the shit for a moment, and you see him bend down. The crowd just kind of moves in and out, and you notice that he doesn't ever come back up.
He bends down into the crowd.
Yeah.
Like as though he kneeled down.
As he's looking at something that the stall owner has or whatever.
Okay. I want to position myself where I go around so that they're directly across from me at a distance to see if I can see where he was standing where he was kneeling in front of the part of the stall owner.
It's a little street stall of just cooked meats. Like you can smell the chicken that's currently on the grill right now. He's got a couple of little kind of skewers off to the side that aren't directly on the heat but are still kept warm. But you see that some people will bend down and they'll pick like a couple skewers up, and then they'll give him some coin and walk off. But the count is
But I
nowhere to
don't
be
see him
seen.
at all.
No.
Well, this was a waste.
And I still try to scan around to see if I see anything outside of the crowd. Obviously, not much considering my height.
Yeah. It's rough. Once you get up above the crowd, you're not gonna see much.
Yeah. I can go ahead. Is there a light pole? Not a light pole, where for candlelight at night.
There is a street lamp.
Mhm.
For when they do have the evening candlelights, like the gas lamps.
Okay. I'll walk up to the gas lamp and just see if I can stand on the base of it to try to get up to a higher perspective.
Yeah, you climb up a little bit and you get about eye level for a human.
Mm.
But still, you don't see the count anywhere.
I'm just gonna let go of this endeavor then and just walk to the bar.
Okay.
Actually, no. Well, forgive me. I'm actually gonna go to where he went to the stall owner,
Uh-huh.
to the meat, and ask him. Go up to him.
Excuse me. I was looking for my friend. He's in very fancy clothes. Call him the Count. He was
Oh.
just here. Do you know where he went?
Yeah, he went that way, and you see him point to the north side.
Is there anything like prevalent in the north side of the street?
No, just more people heading over to what looks to be the north end of town. You notice that there's a couple of people that are standing around the corner. It looks like somebody's putting up some new advertisement, and then he moves off, and everybody just gets really excited and they start talking to each other. It's kind of like a group walks away.
Yeah, I'll just give up at that point. I'll walk back to the bar.
So I guess while we're there, I look over at Dolo and I'm like, so I'm assuming that was your kit that our friend Toggoth over there.
Yes, you know me, I always like to blend in with the crowd, and sometimes this face attracts too much attention.
Got it. I keep putting mouthfuls of our breakfast in my mouth.
But I mean, Toggoth clearly is way more skilled in the use of it than myself.
Clearly, I will definitely have him do my makeup. I feel like getting all done.
So
Yay!
Sarcasm.
So I'm wondering if we should just kind of sleep it off until nightfall, because right now there's nothing else on my mind aside from figuring out what in the hell to do with that body.
Okay. I'm fucking beat myself. I could use some sleep. I was shaken up this morning by our lovely friend before he left us his present.
I cannot fathom how it's possible that Theocles has caused more trouble not being us than being us.
I used to think that, and we've been with him long enough that I'm surprised this is it, and that we're still in this town.
Alive.
That too. Although I don't know where he is now, and I have a feeling it's only going to bring us more shit. I start gathering up my stuff, and I look at Dolo. I was like, after you rest, I may need a favor from you. And I gather my things, and I yawn.
Of course, dear sister, whatever I'm at your disposal.
I nod at him, and I pat him on the shoulder.
The door
and
opens, and you see the red-skinned tiefling come over, looks at you, and immediately sits down next to you. Miss Aelin, good to see you again. I'm glad for breakfast. Who is this? He just kind of points at Dolo.
That's very rude. Finger. Who's this? And I put my finger.
I look between the two of them, and I fucking chug the rest of whatever is left of my drink.
Yeah.
If the other Dragon Balls is gone, it's cleared. And I was like, what's this guy's name again?
Rascalese.
Rascalese. So I go, Rascales, Dolo. Dolo, Rascales. And then
I look at him and I do like the stereotypical, just like charmed,
He looks.
but with like that disgusting
Yeah.
face.
He looks at you. He's like, equally so. Equally so.
and then I look at him and I go, and other than Dolo, he's none of your concern.
Oh, do tell.
Until Toggoth comes in.
I look at him and I go, no, haven't gotten around to telling him all of that just yet, but thank you for that nice segue. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course, please take your time.
Oh, he's not leaving. He's gonna sit here while you tell me. But okay.
Clearly. So, Dolo,
Mm-hmm.
I told this gentleman over here the mission that we were on, looking for Jessica, the person who has killed her.
Right.
And he facilitated with me somebody who was able to identify where the dress and the shoe came from.
Oh, splendid. That's wonderful.
And he's here to help me get there.
Oh. So right now. So
Yeah, I guess right now.
okay.
And I kind of look at him and I'm like, right now, right? Like I can't power nap.
No. Unfortunately, there is no power napping. We must find out who killed Lady Yastika.
There's no napping of this hour.
All right. And I said, so Dolo, you come or you can stay.
Door opens and you see Toggoth enter.
You are paying for what you used.
What? No. Okay. I don't have it on me right now, but I can get it back to you when I have it.
Go up there. Put the heck. Nice.
I show him that it's full of makeup that I rubbed off of me just so that he sees it.
That wig is useless now.
I go like this, and I go, you know what?
Hmm?
You can keep that.
I don't want this. This is trash. It looks like a whore. just chugging.
Oh my god. So, yeah.
Rascales just kind of looks at Toggoth. He's another one that needs to be told.
Oh, told.
No, but he can follow along, but he doesn't need to be told anything.
But no, I hate being left in the dark.
Toggoth, we're going to find out who made this dress.
Ah,
Yes, what she said.
makes sense.
There, I told him.
Okay.
Now let's go.
Gets up.
What was that?
What happened?
He
Yeah.
said it gets and then
Yeah, thought you were gonna do
Oh
something.
no, but I just saw something pop up that said that you rolled dagger to hit. I go, who is she?
oh no, I didn't.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Like,
No, I didn't roll anything.
No, this is Red Dead Redemption 2. Don't just randomly do
Yeah.
things.
No,
Yeah.
the character, she said, Aelin, roll X for ditch. And I was like,
Oh wow, no!
Who
Oh
is
my god,
she?
no! I'm not stabbing anybody. I get up and I'm like, all right, so let's just do this already.
Right, here we go.
Ditto.
I look at Toggoth and I was like, are you coming?
Oh, but of course.
Great. It's a field trip then.
And as he opens the door and leads you out into the city, this fine morning, the cool bay breeze kind of whipping itself through the streets, I believe this is a good place to call it for tonight. So I'd like to thank all of you for coming in. I'd love to thank the Stabbers for raiding into us. That was very nice of you. Thank you for that. As always, please continue to wash your hands, continue to keep your distance, continue to wear your masks in public. If you are of age and get vaccinated, please get yourselves vaccinated. It is the only way to truly beat this thing, and there are a large contingent of people that refuse to get vaccinated for whatever reason. So please, if you can, get yourself vaccinated. It's only going to be a help in case you do catch this. Trust me, I've seen it firsthand. Vaccines help. As always, we take mental health on this channel very seriously, so please be aware that it is okay to not be okay. If you still kind of want to reach out and get some help, there are resources available. If you're watching live, they'll be going up in the Twitch chat right now. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in the description box below. There are resources out there to help get what you need. So don't feel like you should, it's a stigmatized topic or a taboo topic. Like, please, if you feel like you need help, get it. If you're not in the United States, there's a link going up as well. You can find the resources in the area they're living in. Times are tough. There's a lot of darkness in the world. And I know that we could all use a little help. So please, if you don't need help, but you know somebody that might, just check in on them. You know, send them a simple hello or how are you text, because that could change the trajectory of their life in a huge way. As always, I will see you on Monday for our Vampire the Masquerade chapter, where you might see one of our faces come back from today. If not on Tuesday, I will see you on McStabber Studios for our second episode of our Mage third season. We're now 1988, and we're making our way through to July 4th. There's going to be a big celebration of sorts, and we're run down to that last and final season, season 4, which will take place in 1992. So you know your mind history, you know that there was one big event that happened there, and it's very tied to Mage. There will not be a stream next Friday, as I will be out of town, but we will be back next Tuesday, the 15th, with our third episode on McStabber Studios. So I'll see you there. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Have a good night.